We are live now.
Okay.
That means,
So
yeah,
can you hear me, ma'am?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. And welcome to our webinar on empowering future gardens environment protection through kids and youth education. I'm Tahmina Dawari, your moderator for today's session. It's truly an honor to being together passionate individuals who believe in the power of education to shape a sustainable future. This webinar is designed by Maffo as a part of our Women Ascension Community Outreach Fellow. It's aimed to highlight the critical role of environment education in shaping responsible ECO and youth who can lead the fight against climate change and environment degradation. To guide us through these important discussions, we are privileging to have Dr. Asma Tabassum as our speaker. Dr. Asma is not only a mentor at Women Ascension, but also a passionate climate action and dedicated to driving sustainable changes. So today she will share her insight on how we can educate and empower young individuals to become active guardians of your planet. So Dr. Asma Tabassum, the floor is yours. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Tahmina, for a very humble introduction. And thank you so much, Dr. Maheen, for taking me on board for this special, uh, webinar, which is very close to my heart. As being a researcher for the last 17 years, I have been working closely with the climate action activities. So myself, Dr. Asma, currently associated with the Sohail University as Director Office of Research, Innovation and Commercialization. Simultaneously, I have 17 to 18 years of research experience. I am PhD in botany, and specific in the field of marine botany. I worked on phytoplanktons, which are very crucial for the climate activities as they produce majority of the oxygen to us. Then I worked during my PhD. I worked on the Tasman spirit oil spill uh, plans after the incident. So I worked on the samples collected from the Karachi coast, and I compared the flora of planktonic diatoms between Balochistan and Karachi coastline. I have written one book. You can find phytoplankton flora within that book, and there are almost 30 research articles published in national and international reputed journals. So you can find many of the activities what we have already done in the field of the scientific community. Uh, Today, as we are in this era um of climate mitigation activities and planning, how can we restore the normal flora and fauna of the earth? Um, can you please see what is this? Who is going to tell me? Can you see it?
A rock?
Sorry,
Rock? Is it
what is?
rock?
No.
No?
Yes.
Is it a date seed, if I'm not wrong?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's a
is.
seed, I
It
think.
Oh,
is a seed.
Hmm.
So, uh, this seed has the power to become a giant tree. Do you agree with me? So,
yes, yes.
what it can provide to us? It can provide us shade. The tree can produce oxygen, which is very vital for us, and even provide food for animals and we the human beings. So, but what if no one plants that seed. So what would happen? No one plant this seed. So what will be the consequences? Generally, if nobody, no one, if me, I don't plant it. So what will happen?
The
It
first
would,
thing will the first thing that will happen, we will go out of oxygen.
okay, that's good. So it would stay a seed forever. Can it be transplanted into a tree? So it would be our little effort, right? So that can produce mega effects on our environment if we take a bit action. So in our environment, just like this seed, if we don't care it, we throw it anywhere. Not, we don't provide them the specific environment. Yes, this would be the wastage of the resource. Very good. So our environment needs care, just like this seed. If we don't protect it, our forests, rivers, and even the air we breathe will suffer, right? So what is the environment? What do you feel that how can you explain the environment? Anyone can tell me about that. What is the environment? We talk about daily in our daily routine that environment is getting rough, and so what is environment? Anybody can tell me?
I think just to try, environment is anything that is surrounding us.
Yes, very good. So the environment is the natural world around us, encompassing air, water. It can be water because fishes, they have the environment surrounding the marine or the fresh water, right? Land would be the environment, the flora, fauna, and all the ecosystems that sustain life on Earth. This is called the environment. So environment is very important for us. So it provides us with essential resources such as clean air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, and shelter to live in. So how this environment is for us important, entity surrounding us. So the balance of nature ensures that all living organisms coexist harmoniously, maintaining the delicate equilibrium necessary for our survival. Do you agree? So,
Yes. Yes.
so the human activities. So, who is going to destroy that environment? We, right? Our anthropogenic activities, such as what it can be the industrialization, the deforestation, pollution, what we are, contributing to our environment, have severely impacted this balance. We are disturbing that balance, which is vital for our life. So, leading to the environmental crisis. And ultimately, what we are facing? The climate change, the habitat destruction, and loss of biodiversity, right? So, as long as I was working in the field at the Karachi coast, so for the last 10 years, what I observed, a lot of species of algae and seaweeds we find on our Karachi coast, they are, depleting. day by day. So these are the effects of biodiversity, effects of climate change on biodiversity. So given these alarming challenges, the importance of environmental protection cannot be overstated. So we need to protect our environment. Preserving our natural surroundings is crucial, not only for our well-being, but also for our future generations. So what we are sowing the seeds, our future generations will ripe them. So what we are contributing to our future leaders. So clean air and water, fertile soil, and rich biodiversity are essential to sustaining life on Earth. So we need to protect our air, we need to protect our water, we need to protect our soil. Ultimately, the biodiversity we can protect. So by protecting the environment, we also safeguard human health because they all are interlinked with each other. We can ultimately promote economic stability and mitigate the effects of climate change. The most effective way to ensure a sustainable future is by empowering our children and youth with environmental education. So we need to, diversify first our understanding and what we are, giving a legacy to our upcoming generations. So the most effective way to ensure a sustainable future is by, I must say, empowering our children and youth with environmental education. So education is the foundation of change. If we want change, if we want to mitigate the climate change, we need to adapt changes in ourselves, in our day-to-day activities, what we are doing, how we are, you know, uh, discarding the main effects, what we need to, collaborate. So what is environmental protection? In generally speaking, we can divide it broadly, divided into two different directions, and they all interlinked with each other. Number one would be we can prevent climate change and preserves biodiversity. So they both interlinked with each other, but the environmental protection, the first thing what we need to done, we need to reduce global warming, extreme weather conditions, what the sea level is rising day by day. Once I was in my lecture, one of my professor was delivering, and he relate the climate change or the global warming and the sea level rise in one example, that a sink, what we use in our washrooms. So our earth is just like our sink. These are the poles, and they are the severe Antarctic poles we do have. The icebergs are there. If we produce the environmental effects in our surrounding, the temperature of the earth is gradually increasing, and all the polar, icebergs, they start melting. When they start melting, they uh, gradually increase the level of the water, right, in a sink. So naturally, the sea level would be rising, and ultimately they can cover our land, and there would not be a life exist if we continuously contributing all these anthropogenic activities for the destruction of the environment. right? So how we can preserve biodiversity? We can protect the wildlife, forests, and marine ecosystem. Simultaneously, we can ensure clean air and water, reduces pollution, improves human health. So all these changes, what we observe nowadays, they correlate with each other. In this way, we minimize the economic situations. We can't boost, we can, contribute in the blue economy by preserving our marine and freshwater resources, the biodiversity, right? So all the natural resources, they are present. We keep on depleting them with our personal, um, changes what we are contributing. So when we teach children about the environment, we are not just imparting knowledge, we are cultivating a mindset of responsibility, right? Care and action. Because these young and the children and the youth, they are the future leaders. So we need to inculcate, we need to transform the mindset of the young generation because they need to lead the world in upcoming years. So it is through early education, I must say, so that we can um, instill values such as conservation, sustainable living, and respect for nature. We do respect for our nature, what Almighty has created for us, and we keep on destroying all the precious, natural resources which are surrounding us. So a child who grows up understanding the importance of clean air, fresh water, and green spaces will naturally develop into a responsible adult who prioritizes these essentials. So, the children and youth, they are the pillars to whom we need to educate, to whom we need to engage them in different activities. So the youth, being the torch bearers of tomorrow, have an unparalleled capacity to drive positive change through school curriculums, extracurricular activities, and hands-on experiences. We can equip them with these skills to tackle environmental issues. Sometime I am very happy to hear about that. Most of the many of the organizations, they start introducing the startup culture at their school level. So kidspreneur mindset we need to develop. How can we mitigate all these challenges? How can we give them a thinking, you know, food for thought for them? And specifically, the target areas should be of climate mitigation plans. So from many of the activities, I see that many of the schools, many of the colleges and university level, um, they introduce the tree plantation drives, uh, waste management projects, from learning about renewable energy to participating in climate advocacy campaigns. So these small steps can lead to a significant impact, as per my understanding and what I feel. So why we emphasize on our kids? Because kids and the youth are key to environmental protection. So they are the future leaders and they would be the decision makers. So we need to uh, educate them, right? So these children and young people will shape policies and decisions in the future. So if they develop eco consciousness early, so they will advocate for sustainability in their careers and daily lives. They can influence on their families and communities, uh, their parents, their teachers, by sharing environmental knowledge, encouraging small lifestyle changes, and driving action at home, at their, home level. So, because they have innovative mindset and their mind is quite open. So young minds and creative and adapt are more adaptable than what we do have. They can come up with fresh solutions, different ideas for climate issues, and embrace green technologies faster than the older generations. Because what I feel that uh, they are very much digitech. Uh, the digital awareness and social media impact can create, and they can utilize these gadgets very, smartly. So youth are highly active on social media and can use digital platforms to spread awareness, organize campaigns, and pressure. They can develop pressure on policymakers to take action if they see uh, frequent activities from our youth, from our generation, younger generation. So I think we can contribute towards the change. These are the, future generation activists. They are very passionate and action oriented rather than the older generations. So they may be set in their ways in a transformative manner, and they are eager to take action, participate in cleanup activities, tree plantation, and they can advocate for sustainable practices. So, what steps we need to, take action on that? Um, First, we need to create education and awareness. Obviously, it is our domain, like these platforms, Women Ascension. Dr. Maheen is doing tremendous job with her team. That time to time they, gather all the young and youth generations to talk on the burning issues of the current, scenarios. So we, in these manners, we can educate, we can create awareness, we can educate about the introduction of the environmental topics in our webinars, in our workshops, and they should be specific, right? Domain. So we can organize interactive storytelling sessions as well, uh, games on sustainability, because this is the era, like UN has developed 17 sustainable development goals, but in near future they would be transformed into ESGs. So these type of educations, if we provide them, so they can, come up with the concrete ideas so that we can, contribute our part in transforming the hazardous effects, what we or our previous generations already contributed. So I would say hands-on activities are very much important. Um, like, for example, tree plantation, you can say, the encouragement in the participation in recycling projects as well. Cleanup drives in parks, beaches, and neighborhoods. They can also, play important role. So digital engagement and advocacy are also very important. We should run social media challenges, campaigns on eco-friendly habitats, create youth-led eco clubs in our domains. What we are doing, as far as my, personal efforts are concerned. So we are running an organization that is called Aquapreneur. and another one is research draft. So under the umbrella of research draft, we have launched a scientific journal specifically on journal on sustainable earth management. The domain is marine, botanical, and coastal studies. So if researchers they are listening to me, they can publish their paper, and nowadays we are offering free of cost publication services for them. So if you are working on any of the research projects and you have collected your data and you are planning to write a paper, so you can publish it on our journals. And under this activity, we are also planning to conduct many of the workshops and webinars, seminars to educate the early career researchers how to write your research paper, how to focus on, specific areas, what are the burning issues. So under the umbrella of Aquapreneur, um, again with Women Ascension, we start, giving training to the upcoming startups whose uh, focus would be under the marine life or the freshwater community. So if their startup is based on that, so we are providing all these facilities, all this training to them. So how can contribute to this specific cause? So digital engagement is very necessary. Other than that, leadership and empowerment. So actually we are creating leaders. So these type of programs, what the Women Ascension is conducting frequently, so they are producing leaders and empowering them to and involving the young people in decision making through youth advocacy boards. These type of activities, they support young innovators working on climate friendly solutions. So um, these type of trainings on public speaking sessions and advocacy help them to present their ideas, to discuss all the issues what we are facing nowadays. So in this way, we can engage community, the community involvement would enhancing in these type of activities. So we can encourage our youth, our kids to discuss sustainability with their families and neighbors, partner with youth organizations, sports teams, and religious groups for eco campaigns, organize local eco fairs where children and youth showcase their green projects. So I would request Dr. Maheen to conduct a conference specifically on the climate change in collaboration with us, so that we can provide opportunity to the young and the upcoming leaders to share their ideas, what they are doing, the research, what they are conducting, and small projects, what they are doing. So in this way, we can, organize local eco fairs to showcase their research projects. So we can give them a taglines because we need a solution for this specific problem. So they can compete, with their mind abilities and provide solution for that. So, recognizing and rewarding efforts, obviously, it is very important to recognize these leaders who are very much, touchy about the upcoming issues, what we can face in our near future. So, at the end, I would say that children and youth are just not a future. They are present force for the environmental change. What we are, nurturing them. So by educating, engaging, and empowering them, we can create a generation that values sustainability and actively works to protect our planet. Every small effort they make today will lead to a greater, greener, healthier world tomorrow. So it should be our priority goals, right? So that we can create our impact on our environment. So environmental protection is not just an option, but it is a necessity to secure human health, economic stability, um, biodiversity, climate resilience for a sustainable future. The governments, educational institutions, or the communities must work together to integrate environmental education into the mainstream curriculum. So it is obviously the responsibility of the current leaders in the educational institutions. They should emboss all these, mini, or rather a mini, but it is a mega, uh, goal, what we need to achieve. So, practical experiences such as field trips to the conservation of these specific areas, recycling programs in schools, and interactive workshops in different, colleges, universities with environmental experts can transform young minds into proactive change makers. What we need, what we eagerly need, all these change makers. So, uh, education alone is not enough. We must also empower our youth with the platforms to act, encouraging them to lead initiatives, create green startups, advocate for policies, and use technology for environmental solutions will ensure that their knowledge translates into tangible outcomes. So this is more important. These type of awareness campaign, after that we should provide them a platform so we can, all these efforts can uh, grow and transform into a seed. Ultimately they can, bring a forest for us, the opportunities what we are creating. So we have seen young activists like many of the, changed makers. Obviously, we do have also in our audience as well who are still working on different aspects, different projects to mitigate the climate resilience. So I must say, by educating and empowering them, we are not just securing our future of our planet. We are securing the future of humanity. So this would be our ultimate goal, to save humanity. The small, step what we can take that can bring mega change. So that is from my side. Thank you very much for bearing me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Asma. I would like to add a few things. One, I'm really excited for the conference, option.
Yeah.
Um, let me just tell you, Dr. Asma, that we all have come up with series of conference for Women's Day, and we are
Right.
going to start after 2 weeks, and we will have
Okay.
6 different conferences. One of them is of climate. So I'm going to
All
share
right.
you that document with you right after the session. If you agree,
Okay.
we can collaborate in that. That would be great.
Sure,
All right.
sure.
And number two is that, Dr. Asma, if you can take out time, we have group of individuals in Women Ascension who are working towards green startups. So if
Okay.
you can take out time, we can collaborate under your mentorship. They are just like generally not more than 9 people, but they can
Okay.
learn from you. And we can shape up and tell them, exactly how they can write up,
Mm-hmm.
look for the grants, and also, engage their community in their startup idea as well. So if you can take some time out for us, that
Mm-hmm.
would be really kind of you.
So, I mean, it's amazing and it would be honor for me to engage with the young leaders, and for sure I will collaborate, and I'm available for anyone who wants to learn something to contribute to our environment. So inshallah we will do it.
That's great. So we have done semi-formal announcement. The formal announcement we will do it tomorrow,
That's great.
and done. So hopefully now we have group of 9 people. After hearing our formal announcement, maybe we have more people in that group.
Oh, that's
So
great.
super excited for your this effort. Thank you, Dr.
Me
Asma.
too, me too.
That's great.
So
That's
that's
great.
good.
Okay. So there are a lot of conversation going on. Tahmina
Mm-hmm.
John, I'm gonna take like 5-10 minutes of your time. There is Mr. Shakil Khan, and he's giving a lot of options. While
Mm-hmm.
you were explaining how you to engage, he was giving option of eco games, virtual field trips, environmental apps, digital eco art, online research, eco blogging, environmental stimulation, eco videos, and online eco communities. Dr. Asma, I'm sure you're doing more than that. Please tell them.
Yes, that
Yeah,
is, brilliant ideas. And
yes.
what I was, talking about, that all these points, what Mr. Shakil has, raised, so we can individually take them out and open the competition for the, young generations to come up with the ideas for that specific solution. And we can, collaborate with other organizations, and we can, reward them what we can provide them, right? So we
Definitely.
can give them opportunity. So that is the brilliant idea what Mr. Shakil, thank you very much for sharing with us. So
That's
we
great.
can do, Dr. Maheen, please note it down
I'm writing.
somewhere so that
Writing.
we can, proceed further.
No, I'm going to give you a very long, podcast message on the
Mhm.
WhatsApp.
Okay, all
And
right.
and after that podcast message, I'm going to send this message to my team so that they can generate post immediately, so that
Oh, right, that's good.
in the month of April we are engaging.
Okay,
Definitely we're engaging. All
okay.
right. So Dr. Asma, there's one thing
Mm-hmm.
I really want you to um help us with.
Mm-hmm.
I have two beautiful monkeys and they're very busy with seeding. The one who likes to seed, the other one like to destroy the seeds, but they're trying to learn
Hmm.
um, you know, um, eh, how plantation works and how we can keep our house, clean in a way, using less, materials, which is, affecting the environment. So we are trying to educate our kids. But,
Okay.
as an adult, sometimes we get so much consumed with our habit, which has turned into habit, I can say that, we are not able to control ourselves. So
Hmm.
what are the little steps that we can do it at our home at the micro level, which,
Hmm.
together, it will have a ripple effect in the end. So what we should do at this moment, what should we take our point from us?
I think we should plan small activities, and we need to, start from ourselves. Uh, a change, a group. We need to form a group, and we need to share on daily basis what different ideas what we are doing for this means on daily basis. I have done this today, I have done this today. So we need to finalize our calendar on day to day basis, and we need to share the ideas, right? What you are doing, what I have a plan, how can we share it on social media through the campaigns, so that we can bring different people together, right? How can we obviously the recycle thing, because many of the we this is we what we are disturbing our environment, right? We use plastic bags. We can provide the alternative solutions. We can reuse the plastic bottles. We can collect the plastic bottles and collaborate with the persons who are doing all these things. Many of the wires, the extra wires, we do have in our home. So what we are doing for that, if we can transform them. We can provide the incinerators. They can transform them in different other solutions. So we can, bring change in all these small steps.
Definitely, Dr. Asma. So I hope our collaboration and the group we will create, they
Right,
will they will be in a fruitful, cycle, not for themselves, but their generations to come, for sure.
right.
Yes, that's great.
We
So,
can engage schools as well, na, from these
mhm,
platforms.
yes,
So we can create awareness programs in the schools because
mm-hmm,
kids, they have brilliant ideas.
they
um,
do.
they can provide the solution in what we think for long, but they can immediately provide the solutions. And I'm sure in our within this webinar, the participants, they everyone should have one solution for the problem um, we are facing today in this era.
Definitely,
So
Dr. Asma.
all come up with the ideas,
Mm-hmm,
so we can chalk it down at one place and then start working on that. So in this way, everyone can engage, and we should work on each and every idea,
mm-hmm.
right?
I agree. I agree. I agree. So I have so many things running in my head. I think I should write it down. Tahmina John, do you have any questions, Bede, that you want to ask or that you have noted?
I think Dr. Asma tells everything and every information that we was like it was questionable. I think I'm good. I don't
You're
have any
good?
question.
You're good? All right.
Yes.
Dear audience, any feedback, anything that you want to say? Yes, Dayan, Ongla?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Asma. I really enjoy your presentation, even your comment, because this topic really make me think about a lot of things in my country context. Because in my country context, the environment are really neglected. And because if you come like in my country, you come on my town, you will find a lot of trash everywhere, every place, no way. And this bring a lot of health issues.
Right.
And for me, this is this is bring me the way to make this awareness at school, because we can say that kids are the instructor for parents, because um, the first responsible of that issues are parents, because someone is inside the car, is eating half plastic bottle of half banana peel. You can just throw it out outside the car without taking in consideration of the impact behind. And then tomorrow you have someone will come and pour the trash in the middle of the road. This is not, I'm serious. In the middle of the road. And the second one come, the third, the fourth, and now the stakeholders and the responsible of institutions cannot have any regards on that. And then all the whole country become a whole trash, because cannot walk anywhere in my country without facing trash. You have 1 meter to have trash, you go this place. So this bring me a good ideas, even if I cannot afford it for schools. This make me plan for the holidays. So we can make children busy for these holidays for doing something for environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that's amazing that you have shared your thoughts with us and what you know, uh, got it from this kind of, small conversations. So I'm very humbled and thank you very much. And we want these type of people who think out of the box and who take this responsibility, because me also taking the responsibility that we are creating, we are destroying our environment. So we are the persons, we need to cope up all these challenges what we are facing because of our activities. So together we can do something. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Asma. We have Miss Navini.
Mhm.
Navini, floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Mama. I just wanted to add that in our level here with Agi Foundation, we do recycling process in school. We start from nursery school to teach children how to recycle plastic bottles and even vegetable bottles to transform them into treasure. That means they use it to transform them into jewelry, we do indoor agriculture with those plastic bottles, and then we transform them also into decorative pots and so many things, because we think we should start doing and thinking about it for the environment, because pollution is something very, very, very important, and then we are still giving the climate change in our various parts of the country where the season has changed, and then we don't more have things as we used to have them, and then even plants. Agriculture is not more as we used to have it in those days. Now we start in school because we synthesize in school, and then we do a cycle thing to help and enable environment to be clean as much as possible in our level as we can. And then, as Pascal was saying, starting the nursing school is something very important, because when you teach a child how to transform or to recycle plastic bottles, at home you will be the one to show the parents, or to call on attention of the parent when the parent will want maybe to use the plastic bottle to burn it to affect climate, or to do something else that will affect the climate. That's what we used to do in our own level to at least to protect the environment for climate change. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So kind of you. And we need people like you, the enthusiasts. I'm very happy to speak with you, all the people who are taking, very seriously all these issues. And you have different plans in after, conversations. So that is quite, satisfying that if we are talking something on shed the light on specific topics, and the people, they are ready to transform their surrounding towards a positive culture. So very, I'm too much humble. Thank you very much.
All right. Do we have any questions? Any feedback? If not, please write up the
So
chat box.
I would like to add, Maheen, that these are my friends which were sharing about their, future plans. So
Yes.
we need to take the follow-ups on them as well, and what we can contribute to them, so we can play our part. So I'm available for anytime if you want me, and if my friends want me, so we can, collaborate, we can contact, we can initiate different plans,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely.
To cover all these,
Dr.
issues.
Asma, immediately, like right now, we are creating form. While
Mhm.
I'm saying, see, Ms. Tahmina is already creating form. And once the session is over, we will provide
Mhm.
the form and we will create WhatsApp group and we will add you over there.
Okay, that's
So we
good.
will have, formally people joining us under your mentorship so that,
Mhm.
we can continue with this program. So
Right.
we are immediately, like in 5-10 minutes when we are done with the session, we are formally working on it. By
Mhm.
tomorrow, you'll see, proper announcement in social media platforms as well.
That's
So
good.
we're genuinely working right now on this.
That's good. Also, with the response of the audience and the participants, I'm very happy to share that the research what I have conducted with my research group, that we provided the solution of the synthetic plastic by utilizing the seaweeds. So all the organic plastic we have created, we provided the mosquito repellent, we replaced that the synthetic one. So in this way, and we utilize the seaweeds, which are very much less important at our coastline. So we utilize that, and nowadays I'm working to cultivate how these seaweeds we can grow at our coastline. So all these ideas, if you belong to any of the country and you have a coastline, you can take a look that if seaweed is available, you can uh, transform that seaweeds into the tangible products. You need to cultivate them, and in this way, sustainable supply you can generate. These seaweeds, they can utilize as a food material, as a pharmaceutical products, as a nutraceutical products, as a cosmetics products. We develop soap from the seaweeds, which is a organic solution. We need to, uh, forget about the synthetic options available nowadays. So we need to move towards the organic solutions, which are very much important for our health, our loved ones' health, and our environment as well. So anyone, if you want to collaborate, if you want to ask something, I'm available every time. As Dr. Maheen said, that she is going to make a WhatsApp group, I will be there. So we can, work on different ideas, inshallah, in near future. Thank you very much for providing me this opportunity.
I'm really excited, Dr. Asma. Thank you for this.
I'm so overexcited.
That's really great. That's really great. Okay. So everybody, thank you so much. Dr. Asma, literally everybody is wishing you so well and thanking you, and they're really enjoying your conversation, and definitely they're wanting to join that, group. That's beautiful. So I see a lot of positive response, and I think we should continue with the next step. And
Inshallah.
Dr. Asma, any last word for the audience?
Thank you very much, the amazing audience you are I ever met. So I love to coordinate with all of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Asma, for your time. Thank you so much, and please take good care of yourself. We will catch you really, really soon. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. Bye-bye.
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 Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.